These are the meditations of Kantes. On today's meditation, the detachment from the victimhood identity by the empath, the chosen, whatever you want to call yourself, because of the mission you have been placed for. The detachment from the victimhood identity. You see, when you start to understand all the things that happened to you, which are really for you, because of who you are, the manipulations, the games, the humiliation rituals, which I have to talk about soon. But you must completely detach yourself from the victimhood identity. You must accept that everything that happened for you, everything that they did, was for you to understand just how powerful and magnificent you are because of who you are. It is pivotal, it is vital, it is important that you accept that you are neither a victim nor are you abused, even though they call it narcissistic abuse or NPD. I think NPD is a disorder, but for those who experience these vile creatures, it was like you had a cold or something like that, like a parasite had entered your system and you went out forever and you ate some bad stuff and you had a bad stomachache, and now it's over. As painful as it might seem to simplify it, and it is minimizing it, no, there are many effects, that long-term effects, that many people, many empaths like myself, have to deal with for the rest of our life, and slowly but surely correct and bring ourselves back to the healthy identity that is our real identity. But before you even do that, you must first detach yourself from the victimhood identity. You are neither a victim, everything happened for you. You chose this path long before you were even born on this realm. You chose it, you knew it, and you accepted it. See, the scapegoat, the person that is me and you, as you'll hear in many narcissistic people who assist former survivors who are now helping other survivors who then become the helpers. You'll hear a lot of them say that the narcissist is your test. The narcissist is they are your bridge to get into the strongest version of yourself, because everyone, it might seem crazy, but everyone who wants to establish themselves as a great soul, because that is who they are, must pass through exactly what you went through, what I went through, what everybody goes through. That's why you watch a lot of these greats, you listen to them, they all went through the same thing. You look at the Christ, the one they call Jesus Christ. All of them, they went through these things. It is the path that all of us must, pass through. That's why the healing journey, more than just a journey, is a phase where you shed off the layers of the previous part of the journey, because it's all one continuous road. It never ends. Every day you wake up, this sun comes again, leaves, comes back. The only thing that changes is our mentality, our minds, and you have to get that mindset that you are not a victim. You are anything but. You are the story. Like, you are the story. You are the cover of the page. You are the beginning. You are the end. When you have a heart, when you love yourself and you have endured to persist, so that they never took the most important thing that belongs to you, which is your heart, you won. Even before we go into what you're going to do, how you're going to recover, just understand that who you are, just be as right now. If you are an empath, you know you have already won, just because you have a soul. If you are able to be kind and, be generous to a fault, to a naivety, to a naive point, long before you were even aware of what it was, that was your nature. You just had to learn to tame it. You had to learn to maneuver and because where we naturally come from, most empaths, our souls, the default is love. We came here to earth on this realm, the earth being the lowest realm, to learn and to grow. And you had to learn that the only reason why you are over there, up there in that mountain, is because of the love that you have for yourself. It is nothing, it is not anything outside of you. That's what most of the other losers who are not empaths, because anyone who is not really an empath is a loser at the end of the day. It doesn't matter what they accomplish. If it is not backed by love, it will always fail. It will be the latest phone model, the latest car model. It has no life. It is a item to be used by the people who actually have a purpose, the people who actually have a heart. You are not a victim. You are a winner. You are a blessing unto the earth. For most of you, you've probably had enough years on this earth to go and meet hundreds of, possibly thousands of people in your life. Some you saw, you didn't even recognize or register that you saw them. They saw you, and you have never met another being like you. Imagine that. I've been on this planet for 25 years now, and I have never, outside of the internet, met another empathic person like myself. Maybe I have, not really recognizing it, but it has always been me. That's the realization of this is what makes me detach myself from that victimhood, and that's why I urge you to do the same, because you are one of a kind. Don't let anything they did to you touch on you or do whatever, because they were intending to switch off that light that's in you, but they failed. That's who they are, and you won. That is who you are. You are light, they are darkness. There's no hakuna mambo ya person. There's no personal vendetta. They do have a personal vendetta against you, but it's not really you. It is your spirit. It is that they are like, they belong to Arsenal and you're Man U. They belong to the Lakers and you're for the Bulls or whatever. You dig? It is just their association, who they are. It is directly opposed to who you are. That's how the universe maintains its balance. But once you awaken, you must now move to where you are around your own kind, and they must stay where they are with their own kind. No, that's the law of nature. The trees of the same type, they say they stay around the same place. You find one sheep, the sheep hangs out with other sheep. The chicken hangs out with other chicken. The birds with the birds. Harmony is harmony. Nature only wants those who are of the same nature to dwell in the same nature. It cannot persist with disharmony too much. That's why they had to dim your light, because as soon as you became aware of who you are, then that separation had already happened consciously. Unconsciously, it happened. That's why there were times like I'd be, maybe I went to boarding school and I nilijificha mahali, and maybe my heart was shining as it should before this narcissist. They were everywhere around me, came to try and bring me down with whatever they could. I'd have periods where my light would be shining and I'd literally see them scream and almost like cringe because of how painful it is for them to watch how bright you shine. It is a blessing to be the son of God, just like you are. You must shine, just like our mentor here, the sun. Just like you can use, yeah, just like our mentor there, the sun. You must shine. You must shine, and by shining, you accept mystical victim. I chose everything that happened to it, which is why it baffles them, especially with me when they meet me and they're expecting to see a wounded bird. Because now I know what they did, so they are waiting for like some type of revenge. Because they would, if something like that happened to them, or they were surrounded by people who are constantly doing these things to them, because they've basically done evil things. That's a simple. I can't be able to comprehend doing those things to another person. That's why they thought you are weak. Life ni life sasa. So no. Life ni life, and everyone is receiving what they deserve. wewe ulifanyia msee mwingine hivyo, lazima ifanyiwe to you. And the longer it delays, that is the law, compound interest continues to earn on their karma, good or bad, and you accept it. And if you accept that there are spoils for you to receive, you must also accept that all those experiences you went through were just part of the deal you chose when you decided to be the greatest of all time. Remember, every empath is the greatest of all time. Every scapegoat, once they escape, they become the goat, the greatest of all time, a one of one. Just like all the stars in the universe, you have permanently etched your name and your soul into that hall of light. Maskia, not hall of fame, fuck all that fame. Hall of light, where you know, not because of all the applause you get or the money or who you are, you exist. Remember, most of these narcs, or what they call them, NPCs, they don't really exist, manze. As painful as it might seem for you, because you're like but their existence, validates the pain that you went through, and it feels like you have to, nah, man, they really don't exist. Like, they don't have a fingerprint they don't leave anything. No, and no, they say like you will be forgotten. Not that before there was social media, calling all the great people who did great things before social media, they were forgotten. Never. Their work still reigns true. From 10 years, 100 years from now, somewhere, somehow, there will be proof that a beautiful soul like you dwelled here. It could be through your lineages, your generation. It could be through many things. But for them, there will never be. Because what is unique about hatred? What is unique about resentment? What is unique about envy and jealousy? There's nothing unique about these things. The sheep, the millions of billions of sheep, that's the emotion they dwell in. Scarcity, fear, anxiety. The only unique thing in the universe is you. Love, peace, joy, order, patience, respect. Those are the rare things. Those are the things that the universe will never have enough of. Because remember, if the universe was just darkness, it would engulf themselves, just like the Narcs. That's why when you leave them, they have to self-destruct. What else would they do? They only know how to destroy. Their hands only know how to destroy. Their hands only know how to bring down, to speak ill of others, to gossip, to smear campaign. Are you even listening at some of the phenomenon these creatures have created? Like mafia, mafia una smear. They go and spread their own shit. They're disgusting defecation. Mafi, kinyesi, we call it. Mai. They go and spread it everywhere. They have to, it's not theirs, you see. It is just who they are, manze. It is just who they are. And once you remove your victimhood from this, you accept. You think these creatures are special because, gee, they are called your mother, your father, your uncle, your grandfather, your auntie, your wife, your child. You think these titles rob they rob you of the need to truly look at a person's character, so that you're only looking at the label, like going to a supermarket and you're like, you're the supervisor. That's how they wear those things. And they only, cash in that name when they want to silence you. Unajua ule ni nini? Unajua ule ni nini? Mbona? Because to them, they are unable to look beyond that title. Remember, hawana soul, hawana inner voice. Ndio maana wanachekanga kama mimi. There's nothing more I love than when people laugh at me because I laugh at myself. Imagine the thoughts, and imagine what a blessing it is to be laughed by the dead because you are alive. Imagine that. How much more would you enjoy your life if you realized that you are in a planet that is mostly dead, and you are the living, and because you are the living is rare to the dead. So when they see you, it is either hate they must throw at you because you are breaking an algorithm in their mind. You are not a victim. All these things existed long before you even. This planet will be as it is. They'll bring AI, they'll bring Nini, there'll be many NPCs. And those NPCs can be the person next to you, it can be your father, your grandfather, your mother, it can be all these things. Even the respect that you give people because of these titles must be removed once you realize they mean nothing. What means something is the character of the person, the soul. It should not mean anything what their title means. Even though Jesus in the Bible, did he not silence his own mother? Mwambie unaniuliza nini manzi na ukiwa 12. I had so many experiences like that. So many experiences. Mimi nakwambia mimi ni champe. They had to do a lot of witchcraft on me manzi. A lot. And they still couldn't succeed manzi. Mi uchawi wamenifanyia, it has to. It's like, you know, it's marvelous. It is very validating to understand that, because they are like a mirror. If you had dwelled in your own realm, ungaijua venye we ni mnoma. But in you entangling with these creatures and their poison, you now understand. No, they give you a wider dimension to understand just how amazing you are. I am not a victim. Even if they, I think I'll do that video on the witchcraft and all the things, but let that be the. I've gone way further than I wanted to, but that was for you. Hiyo message ilikuwa yako, imetoka. You're not a victim. I don't want to say that you are a hero, because the hero is too simplistic a word, especially with things I've been learning. Maybe guide, but you're a son of God. You are a son of God. That's as simple as I would put it. My words, because of who I am, they hit on every realm at the same time. So when I say you are the son of God, I mean literally you're like the sun, the one that shines every day. I also mean, for me, I'm a man, I'm the sun, but it also means mentally. You shine on all levels. Your mind, what you speak, your heart, how you walk, your hair, everything is just radiating from the inside out. You are the son of God, and you will never be a victim. Never expect anyone to look at you as a victim. That's why you must heal and move forward. No one will see you as weak or sujui you went through these things. They can't imagine looking at you and seeing at you. That's why as soon as you present things like that, they'll just laugh at you. I used to always wonder why, despite all the supposed, all these are going things, these are things going on in your head, because you think at Timko, you're close with these snacks, and they would see something small happen, something bad happen to me, and it would fill them with so much light and so much happiness, and I never knew why. Nilikuwa nawaita roho chafu as a joke, because I could see it, but I didn't really understand that it goes deeper. Because when these people see anything bad happens to you, it's like a miracle, because you are already good to yourself, because you have a heart. So it is so foreign to see anything bad happen to you because you are blessed. Now I'm going far, but always as a victim. Never speak of yourself as a fucking victim. You're a winner. You're a winner, man. All those things were blessings. I am blessed.